Bonjour! Welcome to another episode of Cuisine Michelle. I am Michelle. So tonight I'm going to be trying a recipe that I have never tried before, but I'm pretty excited because this is a really interesting combination of things. This is a poutine wrap. So poutine, if you saw my short that I posted back in October when I visited Quebec, it was the first time I tried poutine, and basically it's a dish that has some French fries and cheese curds and a gravy, and then usually there's some kind of meat or something else to accompany it. Anyway, we're going to do all of that here in a wrap. All right, so anyway, to start this out, we've got 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil here in the pan. Oh, I need to mention this is a recipe from cuisineathome.com. Anyway, I'm going to adapt it a little bit, as I always do with recipes. We got that 1 tablespoon heating up over about medium-high heat here. To that, we are going to be adding some steak that I've cut up. This is actually, so we've got skirt steak here that I've cut into some strips. This is approximately 8 ounces. And we're going to be throwing that here into the pan. We cook that up. Once I've got it in there, I'm going to go ahead and season it with some salt. And some pepper. And I've already went ahead and cooked these, so you're going to want to have, now I cooked a little bit more than the recipe said. This is about 6 ounces of shoestring French fries. I just cooked them in the toaster oven. So we're going to need those already cooked and ready to go in once we get all the wrap ingredients together. All right, so the steak has pretty much cooked. There can be a little bit of pink remaining. I mean, unless you're the kind of person that doesn't want any pink whatsoever, go ahead and cook it all the way if you wish. I know that it will cook just a little bit after I transfer it out, so I'm going to transfer it. This is a clean plate that I am transferring it to. We have numerous plates of the same type. Get that over here. I'm trying to leave behind a little bit of rendered fat from cooking the steak, because I'm going to be using that for the next step. Now to the pan, I'm going to be adding 1 cup of sliced up button mushrooms. And this takes, I measured this out, and it's like about 4 ounces or so of the mushrooms. And we're going to get those all coated up and cooking, and it'll take just a couple minutes to get those cooked enough to go to the next step. Right, so our next step is going to be to put in 1 tablespoon of minced garlic and 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. And just quickly get those kind of heated up and cooking together. All right, so the next step is going to be to add 1 tablespoon of flour to our mixture. Just going to stir that in. Let that cook for a moment. I think next time I'd probably put a few more mushrooms. This is hardly any mushrooms. All right, so I can't see any more raw flour, and that's what I want. So to that, we're going to be deglazing the pan. We're going to be using 1/4 cup of dry sherry to do that. I had to decrease my temperature for a moment because we had a microphone issue there for a minute. And then we are going to follow that with 1/2 cup of beef broth. And 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. scrape the bottom so we can get all the fond that we have in the bottom there. And then we're going to bring that to a simmer and let it simmer for approximately 3 minutes so it can get thickened. Alright, so I now have this thickened pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and cut my heat. And then we are going to add the steak back into our mixture. Along with that, I'm going to be stirring in 2 tablespoons of crème fraîche. If you do not have crème fraîche, you can use sour cream instead. It is actually what the original recipe calls for, but don't have that on hand. So use crème fraîche. Should be just as delightful. Oh yeah, smells wonderful. And then we're going to be putting in 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley. And then last, we are going to put in 1/2 cup approximately of cheese curds. These are cheddar cheese curds. If you've never had cheese curds, they're a lot of fun to eat because when you eat them, they make a squeak in your mouth. Alright, so essentially this is going to be our final plating because these kind of have to just come together this way already. What you want is a burrito-sized tortilla to make your wrap. And with that, I'm going to be putting in about half the french fries that I have. This is only a 2-serving thing, but you can see these are very giant servings. So if you wanted to make more of this, obviously you probably need to double up your recipe. Or you could cut these in half if you wanted really small servings. And then we're going to put about, I don't know about doing half of this, it's kind of a lot, but we'll see. Yeah, that's going to be about half of it. It's going to be about right. Put it all together. Well, I can tell you this smells really great, even if it looks very interesting here. All right, so we're just going to try to roll it up. Et voila. All right, so here's the moment we've been waiting for. Let's see how this all is together. Oh my god, it's really good. It is. It is like having poutine, but inside of a burrito shell, basically. Oh, I love it. I'm definitely making this again. And I hope that maybe you'll give it a try. I know this is a bit adventurous maybe for some of you. But please try this or try one of my other recipes here on our channel. Make sure that you like the video, share it, subscribe, and then make a comment, and we will see you next time. Au revoir.